and I gotta use this camera. This is my old camera, because the one I usually use is charging. Hold on, see if I can zoom in. I can. Oh man! Ah! Oh my God! It's broken! Hey guys, I'm back with the review for the Roku 2 XS. I don't know if anyone's seen my last video, which was OMG Update 2, where I had my daughter do a unboxing. Well, this is my review. First things first, I purchased this Vizio Blu-ray box with Netflix, and it has a few other applications like Pandora, and the New York Times got an app and so forth. Well, anyway, this thing kept freezing up constantly, and the girls kept running to me, Daddy, it won't work, Netflix is not working, it's stuck. And I had to constantly unplug it and replug it, and I'm not a little too, I'm not too cool about my daughters trying to unplug this thing and plug it back up. These are little girls, so I don't want them to have no contact with the power outlet. This, on the other hand, is called the Reactor 42. As you see, it is a Wii knockoff. You can buy this thing from the drugstore. I bought it from a store called Rose's. You see that? Now, there's no Wii sensor or none of that stuff, so it's just straight. That's it. Now, bought this for them so they can stay out my son's room and play their own little games. Problem is, this thing is cheap. They see the games he play on his PlayStation, and they go back to play their games, and they're not particularly happy. Plus, this thing is acting stupid. I guess you're probably saying, well, why didn't you just buy a Wii? Well, here's the thing. I had a Wii, but it was my Wii. You get what I'm saying? And I sold it. And I had it in their room, for a while. I had it in their room. But the batteries always went dead, and they act a fool when you got to charge the batteries, and it was too much. And the last thing I needed to hear was, oh my God, I think she broke it. I didn't want to hear that, because I paid too much money for a Wii to get broken. Now, here's the cool thing. Buy this thing, and this thing right here by itself knocks all that out the way. It knocks all that out the way. So, and look how small it is. I don't have to plug all this other stuff up. Now, look at the back. Let's talk about it. You got your HDMI port. You got your Ethernet port. And I was so baffled because I couldn't figure this thing out at first. But this is your AV out. And you get a cord for that. And let me see, bring it up a little close. You can also expand the memory by putting a micro SD card in here. Cool, right? From what I read, that's extra space for the games that you buy from the Roku store. Now, it also has a USB port, and this USB port is used for you can add in storage devices, and yeah, you can watch movies that you probably have downloaded. But here's the flaw with that. I hooked up my hard drive. I have a 500 gig hard drive with nothing but movies, and the only movies that this thing seems to recognize is MP4 movies, which even still, I'm cool with that. I guess next time I grab some movies or encode some movies, I gotta put them in MP4 format. So what I'm going to do is I noticed no one has game reviews from the Roku. And fortunately, I purchased Pac-Man for the Roku and Galaga. So I have 3 games on here for the girls to play. And the bad part about going to the Roku store to buy games for this thing, you don't see a demonstration of what the games look like. And I was on YouTube looking for demonstrations and I couldn't really find any. So I guess that means I'm gonna be the first. I don't know. But anyway, let me hook this thing up to the TV and give you a good look at what it looks like when it's connected, and give you my output. So here we are, we're waiting for the Roku to finish loading. The best thing about this Roku is that it's worth the price, which is $100, and I like it. Another thing is, when you go to add channels, you have a parental rights or basically a PIN number. So that's good for me. So when my girls are probably screening through, the channel store looking for channels, they can't just freely add a channel without that PIN number. So I like that. And like I said earlier, it's pretty good because they're always trying to play games and stuff. And this thing has games, and it has Netflix, and it has Disney. And I'm just going to go through all the channels and the features. Okay. Now I have this on my 47-inch screen, my 47-inch flat screen TV in my bedroom. So hopefully it looks good. Now, you see Netflix. Let me show you the integration of Netflix, how easy it is to maneuver in it. And by the way, everything is wireless. Now here's the thing. You're probably thinking, some of you are probably thinking, I don't see anything different. I don't see what makes it, any, different than what I've seen. It looks the same to me. Well, on the Vizio player, it does not look like this. It looks a little more complicated than this. They got boxes and stuff, all on the side, and it's just messy. My daughters, they can go through this thing. My 4-year-old can go through this thing and find what she like, and she'll go to something along the lines of this right here, Punisher, and she'll probably say, "That's not a good movie." And then she'll go here and she'll see the word Nickelodeon, and she'll say, "Oh, Nickelodeon, that's a good movie." So it works out. Now let me take you to, as you see, you got Amazon on here. This works good if you have what's the name of that thing they got going on? The little Amazon paid service. I guess that's it. Prime Instant Videos. I don't know the name of it. But if you have that little subscription, this is good for you right here. They're offering, I think they're offering like a free, not free subscription, but I'm sorry guys, I'm like screwed up today. I'm just waking up. But they offer it like a little test run of their program on here. What else? And you got Crackle and Disney. My daughter, she likes Disney. This is not like Disney Channel on cable. This is a Disney Channel where they show like movie clips and songs and stuff. And if you got the kind of kids that just love listening to Disney themes and stuff like that, then this is good for them. And then you got the Hulu Plus channel, and this right here, the Roku USB player. You can get this from the Roku channel store. It's free, and what it does is it lets you connect your USB device, storage device, like I said earlier. If you got movies and stuff, you can just connect it to it, and it'll pick up your movies. Only problem is the movies must be MP4. That's what I'm thinking, because it didn't pick up nothing else on my hard drive. But it probably will pick up other files. Maybe I just didn't have them encoded correctly or properly for the Roku. And as you see, I got Pac-Man on here and Galaga. We'll get to that in a second. Let's take a look. Well, no, I want to save that for last. Let's take a look at the channel store. Now, what's amazing about this thing is just about everything on here has the same type of integration or the same type of feel and navigation as Netflix. So these are your channels. It's a lot of channels, a lot. These are my channels. Oh, and this is my screensaver right here. Well, this is the screensaver I picked for my daughters. That's how they know it's time to go to bed. Alright, and let's see. A lot of channels. So let me show you. This is where you go get the games from. Now, there are not too many games on here. Well, it's a lot of games, but they don't let you demo the games, or not as far as demo, but they don't show you like a demonstration of what the games are like in gameplay, you know, gameplay wise. So it's basically a gamble where you got to keep googling, or basically Google your ass off until you find something. But I always felt like you can't go wrong with Galaga or Pac-Man. And Angry Birds. So let's go back and take a look at Angry Birds. Oh, by the way, this thing is in 1080p. So you know it. The video is 1080p, 720p, and standard view, which is a standard definition, which is 480. So it's pretty good. So it works on a regular TV, and it works, and it really shines on an LCD television. I'm just sorry you got to see it like this. It looks a lot better than what you're seeing in my camera. So now on to the games. Let's take a look at Angry Birds first. Now I'm just moving the controller, just like the Wii. Alright everybody, the moment you've been waiting for, Pac-Man Championship Edition. Now I prefer this game on the PlayStation 3 as opposed to this. So let's get started. Now I like this version of Galaga. It's pretty cool. It's not perfect, but it's a good rendition of it for a small device like the Roku too. Now I gotta tell you, this version almost seems a little harder than the original. Even the capture bug, everything is close to perfect. I think they went overboard with that. So there you have it. That's my review of the Roku 2. I really think it's a good device, a great device, an excellent device. And if there's any parents watching me, I think, you know, for a child, this is pretty good. You can keep a good monitor on a child. You can, you know, you have to put your credit card information in to register it, but they don't charge you anything unless you purchase channels. And like I said, you can put a PIN number in and keep your child from going crazy and purchasing channels. There are channels that you don't want them to purchase, and I'm going to show you what those are. Okay, so in the channel store, like I said, you know, there are channels you just don't want your kids to have. In my case, that would be, let me see if I can find it. I know exactly where it is too. Special interest. Alright. Let's finish waiting for it to load. Trigger Talk TV. Trigger Talk TV is your place to learn about firearms and more. Enough said. That's the last channel you will want your child to have access to. And then there's another channel for like you can watch, I guess you can watch nothing but models and stuff like that. And so there you have it. Roku 2. I'm done. I'll catch you guys later, and I hope I served the purpose. Later.